You love seeing Pat P back?
Oh yeah, it's great to see him back. He's in great spirit, in great shape, flying around out there practice and bringing a lot of positive energy. It's not too often you can bring a all-pro, future Hall of Famer back week 6, and it drastically improves your team and boosts your morale. And after two wins in a row, to be able to have him going back on a road game is really great.
Yeah, Vance Joseph present too.
He's a very generous man. He's a great friend, and he always looks out for his guys.
He did say he can't remember the last time you took money off him on the golf course.
He might have a little amnesia. It's happened more than a few times. It looks great. I think Peyton might have painted it for him. That's his daughter. Yeah.
How much do you think a guy like Pat P can help with not just his play, but communication back there for a second? Vance Joseph talked about him coming to the meeting with like a notebook already from the last game.
Well, he's been in tune and studying and focused on what we've been doing. We couldn't have contact with the coaches and stuff, but he's a very smart guy. He picks up things really quickly, but I think it'll just allow Coach Joseph to do some more things and possibly some zone pressures, some man pressures. When you got one side of the field, he can pretty much neutralize that side of the field, and you can do so many things with that type of coverage.
On your side of the ball, how nice was it to see? Every week we could see you guys getting better and better, but this last week it really seemed to all come together.
Well, yeah, it's all predicated off the run game. You run for 100 yards in the National Football League. That means that you stay committed to the run. Teams have to you keep teams honest. So when you have that balance, it opens up the playbook a lot for you. And we've been able to do that the last 2 weeks, and that's going to be a key going into another hostile environment on the road. And you have to be able to control the line of scrimmage, defensively and offensively. And if you can do that, you give yourself a great opportunity to win in any game.
Fitz, can you give them any kind of, the rest of the offense, any kind of clues of how Betch might attack you guys defensively?
Well, he's kind of changed it up a little bit from when he was here. It was a lot of man pressures, and now they play a little bit more coverage. But Coach Betch does a great job of mixing it up, and he changes it up for the teams that he's facing. And I know he'll have a good plan, to come out and try to neutralize what we're trying to do. And I feel like we have a good plan to go in there and try to take advantage of some of the looks we've seen. And it's going to be a fun matchup.
How much better can Patrick Peterson make Kyler Murray just at practices?
I think he can make him a lot better. Yesterday, the first play in practice, he threw it at him, just to kind of welcome him back. And in typical Pat P fashion, he knocked it down. And I just think that the competition, anytime you have two great competitors going against guys trying to get better in the receiver position, is always going to make you good.
What can you talk about the evolution of the offense? I know you mentioned how the running game helps, but even as you guys evolve, and even comparing what you guys were doing in week 1 compared to what you were doing in week 6.
Yeah, there's still things we can obviously improve on, but the last 2 weeks we've been able to be more efficient in the red zone, and I think that's been the biggest difference, as opposed to early on in the year when we were just kind of getting down into the 20 and not being able to put touchdowns on the board. Now being able to put 7 on the board, it just completely changes the dynamics of the game. Gives the energy a little bit more. It gives the defense more enthusiasm and energy, knowing that they can go out there and hold teams to 3 as opposed to giving up 7. So it just changes the mindset of everybody, and the more points we can put on the board, the greater chances it gives us to win.
Do you expect it to be weird playing the Giants and not seeing Eli?
No, I'll see Eli. Yeah, I talk to Eli all the time, man. That's my man. I always pull for Eli. I've known him for 17 years, and he's one of my close personal friends. But it's the nature of sports. You see it. It happens. It'll happen to me. It happens to everybody. And he's been a great mentor. It seems like for Daniel. He's very supportive in everything that I've seen and read. And that's Eli, though. I wouldn't expect him doing it any other way.
Yeah, because it usually doesn't happen that way, where guys are so classy when something like that happens. What does that say about him?
Well, he's the NFL Man of the Year. He comes from the first family, the Manning family. Honestly, all those guys from Archie and Peyton, and Eli, they're class personified. They're just wonderful human beings before anything, and that's just the kind of man he is. And I'm proud to be able to call him a friend, and I can't wait to see him when I see him.
What stood out to you about how kind of contract he did out of the season?
He did that the first day he got here in OTAs. He's confident in what he sees. He believes in his ability to execute anything that he's calling, and even if it's covered, he feels like he has the arm strength and the accuracy to be able to make it work and fit it in there. And to see that kind of confidence from a young player is always great, because he has supreme confidence in his ability to make it work, and no matter if it's with his arm or with his feet. When you have that kind of confidence, I mean, the opportunities are endless.